I like it. Don't forget it. And then we can show Frank when he's back. What's up, guys? Swadee Kap. Welcome to Thursday. For our 4 p.m. class today, it is our wrestling day. So we will be focusing on some offensive takedowns from the single leg. We'll continue to warm up, do some drills, followed by some technique, followed by 3-man live goes today. So tune in. Just warming up, first drill. You can hit your knee if you want, or you don't have to. Moving with my partner, I'm getting to a head inside single. If I go head inside, he's gonna move my head outside. I get my head back into him. If my hands are low, like behind his knee, I just take a step and I slide my hands up in his crotch. Now he moves my head back outside. Boom, I step and I finish, okay? So head inside, head outside, head inside, finish. Second option, I get to him, my head's outside. He moves it in. I'm moving, getting in. If my lock's low, I step, drive it up, takes my head back outside. Boom. And I finish, okay? Any questions with that? First one, head in, head out, head in, finish. Second one, head out, head in, head out, finish. Finish all the way to the mat. Just nice and light. If you guys want to hit your knees sometimes, right, that's fine. Just make sure you drive up to your feet to finish. All right? Put a strike, 1 or 2 punches in front of it, and then shoot. All good? On 2, 1, 2. Yeah. So now look, if your head's outside, just step in and jam your lock up. Yes. Now if your head's inside, do it again with your head inside. Now just step forward and jam your hands up his crotch. Yes. Look, guys, if my head, number one, keep your head up. Some of you guys got your head in the person's crotch. If he shoots on my leg and his head is down, right, this is easy for me to defend. You're not going to get a takedown like that. Your head, if it's here, has to be up in his sternum. The lock is deep in my crotch, near my hip. His lock is here. Look how far away he's behind my knee. Look how far from my hip, right? This is easy for me to defend. If his head is outside, his head is behind my shoulder looking into me, right? He's driving into me with his head. Look how it turns my body. If his head is like this is easy for me to sit in the corner, take his back, to choke him. So your head has to be up, and if it's on the outside, it has to be up and looking into the guy, okay? So if I start with my head on the outside, now he drives my head to the, or sorry, my head's on the inside, he pushes it to the outside. Some of you guys are like this. Look, he's already going around my back. So if my head's inside and he moves it out, look, now the inside leg steps in and I start driving into him. And now he moves my head, which will be hard, he moves it back inside. Now my other leg steps into him. And my head is staying up the whole time. Okay? So we're going to do this a few more minutes. My head's inside. He drives or knocks it to the outside. That's fine. Now my leg steps in. My head is looking behind his shoulder. Now he pushes my head back outside. My back leg steps forward. But the whole time, my hips, my ass are underneath me. My back is strong. At no point am I like this. Now he moves it outside. Now my head's down and my ass is up and he's sitting around and taking my back. Okay? So keep your head up and use your feet, right, to guide you, whether your head is inside or whether it's outside. All right? 1, 2. Couple more minutes, guys. You got to be disciplined. Keep your head up. Remember, guys, in MMA, it's not just wrestling. It's MMA wrestling. So you have to put punches first before you actually shoot. Okay? And I would advise when you're drilling, you have to be in a bit of a hybrid stance, not down here like this, because at no point in a fight are you shooting from that position. Okay? So we're going head inside to start with. So put a couple of punches together, right? And I'm stepping over. If we're both orthodox, I'm stepping over. If he's orthodox and I'm southpaw, I'm just like basically bridging again, just like I would bridge on a jab to punch him, same thing. Once I'm close, now I'm getting here tight. My head is in his sternum. My right hand goes through the crotch, locks on top of my wrist, and my leg is underneath his. His thigh should be resting on the upper part of my thigh, right? Like so. My butt's underneath, my grip is deep in his crotch, and now I use my head, okay? And when I step from this position, right, I'm not stepping around like this. Only my leg is. I'm going straight and my leg is stepping around. right? It should off balance him. My thigh should hit between his thigh as my head hits his sternum. So if I go off of a right hand, boom, like so, okay? Not this, not this. I lock my wrist, gable grip, whatever you want. Squeezing my elbows, and I'm here, okay? First option, I'm just running the pipe or dumping him. My leg circles around, my head pushes him, and I drop like so. I use the pressure of my chest. For me personally, I do this. The pressure of my chest and his thigh. My brother adjusts his hands through his legs, which is totally fine. Here, once I sit him down, I'm getting into him. Now where I can punch or pass, okay? So your first option is just dumping him. Maybe I get to his leg, he overhooks, and now he gets his leg to the outside. Now I'm a bit of a predicament, right? I'm probably gonna pull and step, and now I'm going to drop. My chest covers his thigh. My outside or left hand goes to the heel or Achilles, and now I pull it up. And I'm getting tight here. Once I get it here, I can grab the neck, trip. I can pull this. I can push that way. I don't personally like that. Or I step into him and I hook, okay? So for the second option, your partner is going to defend properly. I get to the leg. He overhooks. He steps over. Now look, our feet are almost in alignment. This is not easy to finish. So maybe I pull him and I step. Go low, I pull this up tight in my armpit, and then I finish. When you finish, get to a position, don't just finish and then walk away. I finish, right? I get to a position now where I can start to advance, whether it's punching and elbowing, whether it's working to get a submission. Okay, so the first option, I'm just dumping him down or running the pipe. Second option, he overhooks, leg to the outside. I pull and step over. I go low, not like this. My ass drops. Boom. My hand goes to the Achilles. Pull it up, get it high in your armpit. Same thing if you catch a kick. It's deep in my armpit. If I have his leg just like this, look, he's just hanging out here. This is easy for him to balance. But now when it's up in my armpit and I'm walking in, it's harder for him to balance. So don't make it easy for him. Third option, same thing. I get to the leg. Maybe I turn him one time, and now I step and pop. For this one, you're going to rotate him. Rotate. My lead leg steps behind his foot. My head drives from the closest pec to the farthest pec. My hips and my hands pop like so as my head drives forward. Some of you, guaranteed you'll do this. You'll step and you'll go like that. My head, if it's on the pec closest to me, it has to drive forward. So if I don't use my hands, right, I turn him and now I step. Watch my head. My head has to drive forward. Okay, so one more time. I get here, boom, I turn him, I step. Same thing. Now I'm finishing in a position where I can punch or I can work to submit him. Any questions, guys? Okay, so if you're both in the same stance, you're striking, get him to put his hands up, stepping over. If you're in an open stance, I'm left hand lead, he's right hand lead. Make him punt or punch, make him put his hands up, and just bridging again. Okay? Lastly, when I step over, guys, however it is that I get him to put his hands up, I don't do this and then bring my head up. Think about once your opponent has their hands up, I want to get from point A to point B as fast as I can without getting hit. So when I lower, I just lower enough to get my ear to his sternum. Ear and my head is right at his sternum and chest area, not below the head or not below the sternum. Okay, any questions with that? Again, make sure you're at the right distance. For MMA, I have to get close. I punch, I make him put his hands up, and then I make contact. Okay, 1, 2. Now get your hands higher up. You gotta step over his leg. No, if his leg is out, I pull and I step over. And don't put your hands here. Get your hands higher. Yes.
You let your foot.
Just like that, and then you drive your head forward and pop your hips. No, your head stayed like here. Look, when I'm here, I step and my head drives forward. So if your head is here, when you step, drive your head to this side. That's better, yes. Good, but a little bit more so that his leg doesn't get caught. Remember, look, that time was not bad. But when you step to turn, right, you did this. And your weight came to your heels. Keep the weight on the fronts of your feet. Use your head.
If I'm putting the hand and I have the front still, and I put my feet outside them to drive in.
Do it, let me see. Your head's gonna start on, yeah, this side, and now when you go to finish.
I'm here.
All right, so now look, right hand on top of your left. Squeeze your elbows. Now, move her one time, other way. Now, big step behind, drive your head forward. Not bad, but look, you're just putting your foot like that. No need to, I'm not kicking, I'm just blocking. So when I get here, I turn her, and now when I step, my foot is just stepping here. And now watch, my head drives. Because look, see how her leg's stuck? I have to drive forward so that I can clear her leg. Boom. So your head is gonna start on this side and move across her body as you move. It's just right here. Now when I step, it drives forward. And then I pop my head in my hips. Other hand on top, other hand on top. Better. Right hand on top. Last one for the head inside. Okay, and then we're gonna move to the head outside. Good job. Everyone's head is much higher and you guys are locking deeper in the crotch. Remember, the hand that comes from the outside into the inside, that is the hand on top. Not this way. This is easier to break. So the outside hand goes on top. Okay, our last option. I get to the single leg. Maybe I'm trying to run the pipe. I'm doing all this stuff. And the fly catcher's doing a good job of not getting taken down. I'm gonna pull him into me. And as I pull him, I'm gonna reach for the body lock as I step forward. Now look at my hips. Right, I'm hip to hip. I'm not doing this, guys. And some of you will probably do this. I'm not here, and then I reach with one leg. Or sorry, one hand. Right? He can kick me out there. He can get his hips away. If he's on my leg and he just goes around my waist, look, this is easy to defend. Right? I can throw him. I can just block. Because his hips are far away from my hips. Okay? So if you're going to go around the waist or to the hip, you have to have your hips close to his. So I'm in good position. My head is up. My grip deep in his crotch. All these other finishes I can't get. I pull him to me as I release and I step in. Now I use my head, my hips to take him down. We're moving, I pull him, I step and reach. I bump this way. I can bring both legs behind, okay? Or any other finish that you want. But the easiest thing is probably to get here. I'm hip to hip. I use my head, my leg, and my hips. And then again, as soon as I hit the mat, I'm either getting to the mount, figure four in his legs, I'm on both legs, I run my inside leg. This is probably where I would go, right? But I'm getting to a position where I can really do some damage now, right? And ultimately, as I'm punching him, he's getting hit, he's getting hurt, he's gonna give his back up, right? And that's where I wanna get to. Okay, so same thing. 2-3 punches, head inside single. You can't do the other finishes. Pull him into you as I step. And then my hips are to his hips. All good with that? Any questions? 1, 2. I like it.
Okay.
Do it again. Did you make it up?
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Don't forget it. And then we can show Frank when he's back.
Just slide into it.
It's nice, I don't know.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you.
Nah, but let's don't give him too much props. We don't want to give him too many props. Yeah, it'll make you stay square. That's good. And now, like I said before, step and slide your arms upper leg. No. Slide your lock upper leg. Boom, there you go. Now pull her to you and step. Yes, better. Good. All right, last thing, and then we'll grab a drink and we'll do some wrestling. Now, same thing, except now I'm going head outside. I'm moving, up. I'm here. I'm not like this, guys. Look, this is my head going down and my ass is going up. Again, if I'm below the knee, I just get into him and I slide my grip up, deep. Once I'm here, my head is up, look, my hips are in. I'm not here. Once I get here, first option, maybe I move in one time, now my outside leg swings around, my chest does the work, and I use my chest and my arms to get him down. Same concept. Once I get him down, I'm getting to a place that I can comfortably start to punch and elbow or submit. Okay? So the first option, I'm here, right? Not this. Right? If I go with my head down, look, he's already on my head trying to get to my back. Okay? So stay high on the leg and don't take your head down. Use your body and your chest or your hands to the legs. Okay, that's option one. Option two, maybe I turn him. For all of these guys, I'm probably going to turn him one way. And now I go inside leg steps across, I lock, or I turn him, I go elbow deep, and then I finish. Okay, all the way down. So when your head is outside, I turn him a little bit, and then I step across, I lock right under his butt, I turn him, I step, I go elbow deep, forehand under the ass, and I run the double leg. Okay, any questions with either one of those? Yeah. So when I get here, guys, as soon as I get here, if I can't finish right away, I turn him and then I finish. Okay? Get the guy moving a bit. Maybe I push into him a bit, right? I'm driving him this way, I turn him this way, boom, and now I go. So we have the dump, turn, double leg. Third option, if my head is on this side, my inside leg, I just take a little bit of a turn into him, not away. I turn into him, I go elbow deep, and I use my hips to explode like a kettlebell swing. Okay? I'm not lifting like this with my back. If my grip is low on his leg, then I'm going to be lifting with my back. But if my hands are deep in his crotch where they should be, right? I step into him, elbow deep. I don't unlock my hands. Whether I'm locked here, 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 I just slide the back elbow deep. So I'm into him. Look how much space is behind my elbow here. Now, I take a step into him, I go elbow deep. And now I just pop my hips. Whoop, and I put them towards his head. Okay? The guy that's getting lifted, just relax when you fall so you don't hurt yourself. Okay? Run the pipe or dump, turn them, double leg, turn, elbow deep, pop my hips. This is all I'm doing. I turn, elbow deep, and I pop my hips, which should be almost effortless, guys. And our last option, I'm just taking the back. Same thing, I get here, I turn him, boom, and then I take the back. And I take him down. If I'm on the outside, maybe I turn him a bit, and now look, my inside leg is stepping across, I unlock, I'm reaching, and I'm looking into him. When I do this, that turns him. And then I lock. Are we all good with that? On 2, 1, 2. Guys, you're doing a good job of keeping your head up. Let's keep doing that, especially when it's on the outside. Head outside, head out. There you go. Yes. Hey. Okay. Now, if you want to, are you lifting them? Yeah, but look, you got to go elbow deep. Put them down. Tranquilo. Again. Better, but you gotta keep rotating. And look, don't do this, because this makes you stay like square. Here, no space. Turn, 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 turn. That's better. Yeah, that's fine. Yes. Especially because if you do this, it makes it harder for him to sprawl. That's good. Yes, yes, good. This is just a drill. Then we'll get water and we'll wrestle. I take a shot. My partner defends. Boom. Right? Then I shoot again, a second shot. I take him down. He does whatever he has to do to get back to his feet. And he gets away. Okay? So I take one shot. My partner defends, no problem. I go to a different shot. I take him down. As soon as my partner hits the mat, up, fighting my hands, cutting and getting out. Or I get taken down, hip heist, and I'm getting out. Or I switch in reverse. Okay? So you're taking 2 shots. Your partner defends the first one. You take them down on the second one. As soon as they hit the deck, they're building their base to get back up and get out, or they're reversing you, and then you start over. But the person that's not shooting, the first shot, he shoots, I defend, he goes to the second shot, takes me down, boom, and I get out, or I reverse, okay? We're not wrestling live yet. So you're letting each other work. We're not gonna do this for long, okay? It's the last thing, then we'll grab a drink and then we'll wrestle. I shoot, he defends, I reshoot, I take him down, he gets back to his feet, and then the other guy goes. Everybody understand? 1, 2. Last thing, guys, make it realistic, make it consistent. I'm starting seatbelt or under the arms. It's only gonna be 1 minute and 15 seconds. If he gets up and gets away, he goes back down. If he reverses me and gets on top, you keep going. If one of us submits the other one, you start over same position. When I yell change, the guy that started on the bottom goes out. I started on top, I go down. The new guy comes in and goes on top. The bottom guy, every time that starts on bottom, when I yell change, goes out, the top guy goes down, the new guy comes in. Okay? If you're on top, work to submit. If the guy's just stalling, don't hit him hard, but you can get him some punches, okay? As we're doing MMA. It's not jiu-jitsu, so if the guy on bottom is just going up inverted and trying to go for some shit that ain't gonna work in MMA, punch him in the face a bit. So you're trying to control on top, think about where you can punch, where, obviously you're not elbowing in here, but where you can hurt the guy from the top. The guy on the bottom, you're not allowed to submit off your back. So there's no point in even going to your back. Get comfortable with somebody on your back and getting up and getting away, or reversing them and get on top, okay? No submissions from the bottom, only from the top. Top, bottom, out. Bottom guy goes out, top guy goes down, new guy gets on top, okay? It doesn't matter who wins. The guy that starts on bottom goes out. All right? Again, make sure if the guy's in a position where he can get punched, punch him a couple times light so that he knows he can be hit. Okay? All good. Spread out. We'll go in 10 seconds, guys. Here you have it, guys. Now we're wrestling live, as we do on Thursdays. Try some of these techniques at home. Tell me how you like them in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share. Fuck's sake. Arcade, you got shit falling off me already.